You always like to see Ovechkin set the record.
It was pretty incredible. Yeah, it's astonishing. Honestly, it was fun to watch, and the celebration after, and how the crowd got into it on a away game. It was pretty cool.
What do you like about where the team's at as you go down south for a pretty big road trip here?
Yeah, I think we're sitting good. We just want to keep that going, keep that lead, and yeah. So these games are important here.
What do you make of the division right now? Florida's sort of sliding a bit. The Sens are coming up. Tampa's right behind you guys. It just like it's really unsettled with 5-6 games to go.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was all like this, almost the whole season. It was just flowing, everyone's going up and down, and yeah, I think the last 5-6 games are going to be important for every team. Yeah, we'll see how it shakes out here.
Florida's been sliding. What sort of opponent are you expecting? It's kind of surprising they've lost 5 in a row. What are you seeing in Florida right now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they have some top guys out right now, so I think they still played a great game against us, and it was a tough battle. So I expect the same response for them. If not even more. With I'm sure they're eager and want to win. So it's going to be a big battle over there.
Coach said the other day that
does it matter who you play in the first round?
Not to me. No, I think it's I feel like we're going to verse some of those teams in the second round and so forth. So I think it doesn't really matter to me now.
Coach said the other day that he thought you had kind of shifted into playoff mode. Now that you've had a few years in the league, has your experience in terms of what to expect at this time of the year, has that helped you get your game to the point where it needs to be at this time of the year?
Yeah, I mean, I still think I have under 15 playoff games under my belt. So yeah, I still think the experience is going to be good. I just want to be playing my best hockey at this time and go in with momentum and, kind of the hunger that you need at playoff time. So I'm just trying to, play my best hockey, and I think it's definitely been trending upwards.
Personally, you always play well against the Florida teams. What about the way Florida and Tampa play brings out the best hockey in you?
I think it's just, very tight scoring, close games. Playoff hockey, very physical, and I think that's kind of where my game takes off. Where it's very simple, very up and down hockey. North-south kind of game. That's kind of when I tend to play my best hockey. So I think that's probably the reason.
You mentioned the north-south game. That's something that Craig's tried to implement all year. How much has he emphasized that, and how successful that will be come playoff time?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously communicated with me with a lot, and it's awesome having a guy like that behind the bench, and just constantly reiterating how important it is to play that game, especially on that line, just to play that simple game and retrieve pucks and get to the net, and I'm just having success with it, so I'm just going to keep that going.
What did you see on your Michigan attempt the other night?
The puck was kind of rolling, so I thought it was a good opportunity there to do it, and yeah, I mean, it was probably the closest I've ever gotten, but kind of sucks that it didn't go in there.
You ever done it at any other level?
I think I did it in college a few times. By a few times, I mean probably twice.
Yeah.
So.
Scored or tried it?
I think I tried it. I honestly don't remember how close I got, but yeah, it's never got in for me. So I don't know if it's going to come out anytime soon.
Austin's obviously tried it a few times. Are you allowed to even try that before he gets it done?
What's that?
Well, Austin's tried to do it repeatedly, and he hasn't been able to connect. Was he giving you a hard time for trying it before he gets connected on his?
I mean, I think I hope he's happy to see me score it. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to answer your question, really.
What makes it hard to pull off?
What makes it hard to pull off? Ice has got to be good. I feel like the goalies expect it now. That D's coming down on you. You don't want to get your head taken off. So there's a lot of factors that make it very difficult. But, again, close, but no cigar. So.
You a Blue Jays fan by any chance?
I don't really watch baseball too often, to be honest. Too busy with hockey. I saw that. That's cool. Yeah, but I don't know baseball too well. But yeah, cool.
Can you imagine an OB's record being broken? Like Wayne Gretzky said, records are made to be broken. No one thought Gretzky's record would fall. Is it hard to wrap your head around that? Maybe someone could catch Ovi one day.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty crazy. Obviously, I can't even count that high. It's pretty astonishing again. But yeah, maybe we'll see down the line. 3-4 could do it. So.
More skaters out there than you expected for an option?
No, I thought there'd be quite a few guys that go out. They off yesterday, and then give them the option to, stay off if they wanted to again, or do something in the gym and just get some skill work in and some touches.
We've talked
Why
about
emotional today, though, Craig? Can you give us a thought on the thought process coming off a day off?
Back-to-back games
Right.
coming up twice in 5 days or whatever it is. That's part of the reasoning.
Craig, you've talked about a little bit about controlling your own destiny. How important are these 2 games in Florida in doing that, looking towards winning the division?
Yeah, well, they're right there with us, right? I mean, that's who we're fighting, battling with in our division. 2 of the teams, anyhow. Like I talked before, we just want to keep playing good hockey and consistent hockey. Outcomes are outcomes, and you got to focus on the process. That's what we want to do. Just focus on tomorrow, focus on our process of what we're doing lately and how we're building our game, and keep building it.
Cam and Camp both on the ice. How would you classify their status for this week?
They won't play either game, the next 2.
Are they progressing in a good fashion?
Looks like it, yeah. I think yeah, they'll stay home. But yeah, they were skating today, which is good, but they'll be out the next 2 games.
How about Hockenpau? Would you hope to have him maybe for the playoffs?
Well, that's still a question, right? I mean, he's still working at it, so we'll see where he gets to, and he could be an option for sure. And he's a guy that's, played a lot of playoff games, been around, does a good job of what he does. So hopefully he can get to where he's capable of coming in and helping us if we need him.
You talking about guys who you play in the first round?
No, I really don't look at it that way at all. I mean, we just, like I said, I focus on just how we're playing hockey, our game, and the process of our game, and keep building that part of it. Yeah.
You talk about the process. Where are the parts of the process that maybe you do want to see more from you guys?
Well, I would look at it as there's not certain parts where we're looking at where we want to be, well, we got to get to this level or that level. It's just about making sure we're consistent in our game, in all parts of our game, and doing things right on a consistent basis. There's always mistakes in a game. But, I like how we're progressing, where we go out into these games and, they're pretty tight for the first couple periods, but we're not trying to open it up or anything like that. We're just staying with our game, and then the third periods have been really good. That's very important for our hockey team, in my opinion. I think that, we got to keep pushing, playing smart, checking, not opening the game up, not forcing pucks, making good puck decisions. The checking side of things, we're going to keep hammering away at that, all parts of the game. But I like our process right now, where it's tight, these games, in the first 2 periods, and then the third period we've been able to capitalize on our chances and win hockey games.
12 different guys on this team with a fighting major now this season, tied for the most in the league. Do you think this team is sending out a message that they're physically difficult to play against?
Well, I think that was part of our, again, our process throughout the season. We want to be a difficult team to play against, like any team. The fighting majors are the fighting majors. I think guys really do get in there and stick up for each other and handle things. That's important. We have pushback, because you need pushback. It's great to see that guys get in there for each other and stick up for each other. And it's not just one guy or a certain guy doing it. It's anybody who's at that opportunity.
What was it like seeing Ovechkin set the record?
I think it's great. I've always admired Ovi. He's a fantastic player. I mean, I think Gretzky said it best. When you look at Gordie Howe and you look at Mark Messier, Ovi fits in that category, in my opinion. Physical player, big player, forecheck, hit, score goals. I mean, you don't see a lot of those guys throughout your career, and he's definitely one of them, if not the best. So it was exciting to see and watch. Very happy for him, and congrats to Obi.
Gretzky said records are made to be broken.
Yeah.
It was hard to imagine his record falling.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Ovechkin being caught? Knies was just saying maybe Auston if he keeps
Well,
going.
for sure. I think, like he said, they are meant to be broken, and I don't know. I don't say there's somebody better coming or somebody that's going to. there's people that are capable of doing it and breaking the records, you know.
When you talk about processing guys learning, you've got some high-end elite guys. How hard has it been for them to learn to stay in the north-south and when to then go east-west because they have that talent?
I think they bought into it pretty well. Like, I think even from the beginning of the year, but, you know, habits do creep back in, right? Like, old habits always creep back in. It takes a long time to break habits, but I think they've been doing a real good job of it. And, you know, again, it's like anybody else. We've got to keep hammering away at it, and there's always going to be situations where, you know, we got to reel them back in and get them on the right side of things.
Thank you. So what was it like seeing Ovechkin break the record in the way he did it?
Yeah, pretty cool. I mean, I think just to be able to witness that, just felt like everything just went right there. I mean, it was in his spot on the power play, the celebration, everything was amazing, and you know, pretty cool to be able to witness that. You know, that record being broken. I mean, kind of like, you know, obviously Wayne Gretzky. The amount of goals you have to score, the consistency and everything that goes into it. So it's definitely pretty cool to be able to witness that.
In an age, Austin, where everyone's so concerned with diet and exercise, sleep and all that, there's Ovi with Cheetos and having a couple pops. And how do you describe just how he maintains the success doing it his way?
I mean, I think he's just built different than most people probably. And just kind of has that X factor. So I don't know. I mean, everybody's different, but he's obviously a bit of a specimen.
Gretzky said records are made to be broken. No one thought that record would fall. Is it hard to imagine someone tracking down Ovi? Knies was just saying he wouldn't put it past you.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a long ways away, or a long way to go, and you know, I don't think I should even be in that conversation. I mean, this guy just broke the record. I'm so far away from that, and I think it shouldn't really be a focus on myself. I mean, it's rightfully so should be on Obi and what he's been able to accomplish in his career, and obviously this record being one of them. So,
what are you seeing in Florida right now? Obviously, we know how much you guys respect them. They've lost 5 in a row. Like, what sort of opponent are you expecting tomorrow?
I mean, I'm sure they're going to be ready to go. You know, I think the focus is on our team and our group, making sure that you know, we're ready in here. But obviously, they're an experienced team. They're a veteran team. You know, you lose a couple in a row, you know you're going to get a good game from them tomorrow.
I like the way the team is locking into this now. Austin, Craig was saying about, you know, putting away in the third in a few of these games and locking it down that way. But just as the playoffs are coming, you guys seem to be settling into a good spot here.
Yeah, just putting the team first and in all aspects of our game, and you know, doing things the right way, no matter what the situation or what the game brings. And I felt last game was a good example of that. Just you know, locking it down in the third period, doing things the right way, and then adding on to our lead by playing good defensively, good structure, and then capitalizing on the opportunities that we got.
Austin, what's it been like to try to kind of implement Craig's system, especially for the talented guys of going now at north-south? He was talking about how you guys have bought into that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you know, for us it's about, you know, winning. It's about winning games, and you know, the way you have to play to win, especially come this time of year and from a couple weeks from now. So you know, I think just the structure that we've been playing with, making it harder on opponents, you know, defensively being really structured and in good spots and just communicating with one another. So you know, I think right now we've been doing a good job and just continue to been taking steps in the right direction in those areas. And you know, this is the time of year when you want to really be rounding out your game and playing with confidence and you know, going into the postseason kind of firing on all cylinders.
Does it matter to you guys who you play in the first round?
I don't think so. I think, you know, for us, the focus is in this locker room, in this group, and making sure that we're doing the right things here these last 5, 6, 7 games, and you know, whoever the opponent is, it'll be.
I think you've become a bit of a Blue Jays fan. What do you think about Vladdy's deal today? Did you hear about it?
I heard about it. You know, I'm sure it's I don't know, like details or anything, but it's exciting. You know, I like following baseball, I like following the Blue Jays, and you know, I've been kind of fortunate to get to know him a little bit over the years, and I think he's an incredible player. Obviously, still a really young player and franchise kind of guy. So it's pretty cool to have a guy like him wrapped up for the next several years. So it'll be fun to continue to watch him and watch the Blue Jays.
12 different guys on this team
Last
have
one
a
here,
fighting
guys.
major this season. Do you feel like there's a difference in the physical identity of this group compared to previous years?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think I think when situations kind of arise and guys stepping up for one another, having each other's backs in different situations. So I mean, that's always a good sign. Obviously, you don't want guys going out there and fighting every single night, but when the time is right, or when what kind of situation arises, or a bad hit or something like that, guys looking after one another, I think that's really important.